and all over this whole album. You know what I'm saying? So, and I thought this one should have been called King's Disease, only because it just sounded more like the album cut. It just sounded more like it, but to each his own. The definition, that's what he called it, but whatever. Full Circle. This is the single that everybody was going crazy for. When they saw it on there, it was like Full Circle. It was like The Firm, AZ, Foxy Brown, Cormega, and then guess what? Dre. Dr. Dre makes a cameo on it too. So that really made the Full Circle. So it did sound like the Firm album, you know what I'm saying? If y'all don't know about the Firm album, go look it up. They basically took most of the hot MCs at the time and they put them together, and it's called The Firm, and Dr. Dre was supposed to do the whole album. A lot of stuff got involved, but whatever. The album did come out. It wasn't accepted well in hip hop. I liked it. I didn't like a lot of it, but it was okay. Phone Tap, a couple joints was dope. You know, we can discuss that some other time. But this single right here, this track here was dope, man. It made me feel like, yo, if they was rapping like this and they had beats like this, ooh, man, that would have been a great album. That would have been a great album. But this record right here, I'm good with this record right here. Like, I ain't gonna lie. AZ killed it. AZ killed it. And then Foxy killed it. Man, Foxy got bars. She still got bars, man. And then Cormega, he did a little something. I mean, shout out to Cormega. And then Dr. Dre, surprise cameo. Like if you look in the track list, you don't see Dr. Dre. So, but then like all of a sudden you hear him at the end. You go, who's that? And you can start listening. You go, hey man, that's Dr. Dre. You know what I'm saying? Dr. Dre rapping. You know what I'm saying? But I like the cut. It's one of my favorites. It's in my rotation. So I gotta give it some props. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to that single, man. And I heard Nas reached out to Foxy, reached out to Cormega. They wasn't really talking, but now they're talking. And they're mending things, man. That's what's up. You can mend things up. You just don't have to, the people don't have to be back in your circle. You can still mend things up. You can apologize. You can be cool with those people, but and just, you know, kind of look out for them and talk to them still. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all used to be cool. Y'all used to be friends. They probably rode in the same circles back in the day. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad that they mending the relationships and stuff like that. And that just gives us more reason to mend relationships. If these mega stars can do it, we can do it too. You know what I'm saying? So start mending your relationships up and stuff like that. So shout out to that song, that record. Next song is 10 Points. Now this one, loving the message around this song. Nas is like I said, he's the teacher, man. He's teaching us some stuff. He's like, you know, I'm a student when I listen to Nas, man. When I put on the Nas album, I'm like, I just put the dunce hat on and I sit in the corner and I listen to him. You know what I'm saying? I just like, you know, so I learn from him. You know, you learn from Nas. You learn from the bars. You learn from his histories, his stories. Nas is an entrepreneur right now, so you really got to tune into what Nas is doing. He's not just doing hip hop, and a lot of people go, "Oh, why Nas wasn't putting out albums?" Or maybe he's not concentrating on albums like he did on this one. Maybe he wasn't fully focused because he's like making millions of dollars elsewhere. You know, I think he got the doorbell thing. Like Nas is doing other deals. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Nas and shout out to passive income. Like I've been telling y'all about making passive income. They don't just work that one job. And one job, they could fire you tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So. Shout out to Nas being an entrepreneur and showing us how to do it. You know what I'm saying? The next song is The Cure. Now this is supposed to be the last song, but he got a bonus cut on here. Now this song is kind of like the number one. Like the first song, King's Disease, and The Cure is kind of like, I don't know if he did them back to back because they sound like an opening and a closer. Like you could tell he was, you know, he felt like he was Nasty Nas in number one. He felt like he was Nasty Nas in the last track, or you know, the last track for the bonus. And it seemed like he was like getting in this bag. He was getting in this lyrical content. He was really going in, man. You could tell he was like hungry on these records. And he was hungry on the rest of the tracks too, but you could tell on The Cure and then Devil's Disease, like he really went in. Even though Devil's Disease was too short, like I said, but he went in on The Cure. This track right here was cold and in the snowball in the freezer, man. I liked it. I did like this joint. And then number 13, Spicy. Bonus cut featuring Fivio. I think it's Fivio Foreign. I hope I'm saying your name right, King. And then ASAP Ferg. You know what I'm saying? Now, a lot of people saw the track list too. They was like, ASAP Ferg, come on. What's going on with Nas? What's he doing? You know? A lot of people think Nas picked bad beats. And now they're looking at the track list and they're going, he's picking bad features. But shout out to both of these kings on here. Fivio, if I'm saying it, Fivio Foreign. I'll just say Mr. Foreigner or something. And then ASAP Ferg, y'all tore it up. This is a great track. It's an up-tempo track. It was a great, great song. I think it's one of the best songs on here, even though it's a bonus record. But I think it's one of the, it's on the record, so it's on the record. So it's one of my favorites. It's one that's in my rotation as well. So let's sum up this project, man. Let's go, man. Let's get into it. Stop playing around. Not wasting no time, because Nas, man, Nas and Hit Boy, you put out a great album. I really appreciate it. And shout out to both of those kings. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully y'all don't get a disease. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully y'all can stay kings and stay doing what y'all doing and staying successful. So like I said, I like 11 tracks out of the 13 tracks. 6 of them are in my rotation. I'm going to name the 6. You got King's Disease. You got Car, number 85, featuring Charlie Wilson. You got Replace Me, featuring Big Sean and Don Toliver. You got All Bad, featuring Anderson Paak. You got Full Circle, featuring The Firm, of course, AZ, Foxy Brown, Cormega, and Dre. Dr. Dre's on it. And then you got my 6th joint is Spicy, featuring Fivio, Foreign, and ASAP Ferg. Great, great records. Those records are going to be in my top. They're going to be in my rotation for the single of the year, stuff like that. And this album could be in that contender for album of the year too. You know what I'm saying? Now, y'all know I labeled other albums classic already, so you probably know they're going to be probably way before this, or probably at least down on the list before this. But this could make the top, at least the top 20. It might make the top 10 albums for me. I'm not sure. We'll see. I'm going to keep listening to it. I really think Hit Boy put his foot in it. He put that foot, like you know the saying, people cook. They say the black people put the foot in it. You know what I'm saying? That means they're stinking. They put all that, you know what I mean? They put a lot into it. You know what I'm saying? So I think Hit Boy did a great job on this. If I have to give it I'm gonna give it a rating like I usually do, but I'm gonna break it down. So for the beats, shout out to Hit Boy. You're gonna get a 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5 on the beats. Great production. Great to my ears. Great listen. I can listen to the album throughout. Once in a while, I might skip one or two. But since I've been listening to it, I've been listening to the whole thing entirely. So, excuse me, shout out to Hit Boy, you know what I mean? And then you got the lyrical content. Now, lyrical content, I gave Nas a 4 on this album. And Nas is like how his albums are. You know, sometimes they go up and down. Sometimes he's more lyrical, sometimes he's not. Sometimes the beats match his voice, sometimes they don't. I think the beats really match his voice here. You can really hear Nas's spirit. You can hear Nas's grind. You can hear Nas's hunger. You could tell Nas wanted to make a great album, wanted to probably redeem himself from that Kanye 7-track album that was terrible. I think that album was terrible. Maybe 1 or 2 tracks I liked on that one. But it just, just something I wouldn't go back to. I might go back to 1 or 2 singles on that album. Shout out to Kanye anyway. And Nas on that shit. And I give Nas credit for like experiment. Nas is a true artist, so he experiments. So you could tell on a lot of his projects he experiments. When he did the Disciple album, man, I was like, what is this? But it was an experiment. He was, he's working with his father. He's working with the people around him and doing jazz and all that stuff. And I give him props. I give him props for taking those risks. And he's an artist. So as in the album structure for this, I give it a 4.5. And the album structure is basically like the theme of it, the album. It's just everything about the album. Was it smooth? Was it an album? Was it just singles on something? And I don't think it was just singles on something. I think both of these guys worked together exclusively, and then they made a great project. I really think it's good. So with the 4, and the 4.5, it equals a 4.2. So 4.2 out of 5. It's a great album. It's a great album. Like I can't go wrong with it. I would recommend it. And I recommend you guys to read my blog because I got more information on it. I break down every cut. So every record I break down and I tell you how I feel about it. I tell you, maybe it might be some information you don't know about that I'm not saying here. But usually when I write, I just put more detail and more situations into it. You know what I'm saying? Then I try to make it laugh and I do all type of weird stuff in the blog. So just to give y'all like bonus, just because I want everybody to return to writing. You know what I'm saying? And reading. So that's one of my pet peeves. I want people to read and write again. don't get away from that. You know what I'm saying? So teach your kids how to read, write, and all that stuff like that. I'm pretty sure Nas would agree, right? Right, Nas? That's it, Nas. That's it, Nas. But yo, man, I think Nas is the king of everything, and at least on this album, I felt like that. That's why I brought the sign out. I'm a Leo, so that's why I got the sign. So a lot of people, what you got a sign for king? It's a joke, man. Calm down. I'm the king. I'm the king of Leo. You know what I'm saying? But check my blog out. Check out my other YouTube reviews. Subscribe, please. Share my video. Try, if you could, purchase some merch. And my daughter are trying to develop passive income. We're trying to sell merch. And that's pretty much it, man. Shout out to Nas and shout out to Hit Boy. Great project. Like I said, I think a lot of people are giving it, they're doing 10s. They're giving it like 8 out of 10. So I'm pretty much in that realm. I think it's a little bit, pretty much the same. I think a lot of people are giving it around the same rating. A lot of people are saying it's a classic, but each his own. And like I told somebody, I was talking to, shout out my boy Tri Burrow. I was on his podcast recently. Check out his podcast, Tri Burrow on YouTube, right? We were talking about classics. We was talking about, you know, what's a classic, or what makes a classic, or what's in your top 10, what makes your top 10. And what makes a classic for me is like, if I can listen to the whole album over and over again and I'm not skipping anything, I'm not thinking about skipping anything, I can just listen to it thoroughly, like a Stevie Wonder album, you know, you got some albums like that, or, you know, it could be anybody, it could be Mary J. Blige, what's a 411, like you can, certain music just gets to you, gets to your soul, and some music's personal, you know what I'm saying, some music could be personal, and that's why you gravitate towards it, and that's why you love it. So everybody's classic is not gonna be your classic. Like people like, It Was Written over Illmatic. I like Illmatic over It Was Written. You know what I'm saying? I like Stillmatic over It Was Written. And so like if I had to put it in the category, I go it was Illmatic, Stillmatic, It Was Written, and then I liked what's the other joint I liked? I think you got a couple. I think you got one more classic. You know what I'm saying? Not B. No, not I Am. I'm thinking about Common. I don't know why, but I Am was dope too. But there was another one that I go crazy about. But yo, Nas got a catalog, man. And so if you're not familiar with Nas' catalog, if you're new out there about Nas, go check out Nas, man. All right, y'all. It's Marky Walker signing out. Support if you can. Support the kid, man. One love, man.